Ever get that feeling, like you could take on the world just because you picked up a freshly strung racket?
Okay.
Like magic.
Magic.
But I gotta ask,
Yeah.
how often do you stop and think about the skill, the actual science that goes into making that magic?
Honestly, probably not enough. And I should.
Well, get ready, because today we're going deep, my friend.
Okay, I'm ready. Hit me.
We're talking about the world of certified racket stringers, and specifically best stringer worldwide, BSW. They are the gold standard, the elite force of stringing.
Best is the best.
Exactly. And let me tell you something, they do not mess around.
No kidding.
Serious business, rigorous certification process, yearly recertification exams.
Wait, every year?
Oh, yeah. It's intense. They've even got, get this, undercover investigators. It's like a craftsman show. Met a detective thriller, and your tennis racket is caught in the middle.
Okay, now you get me hooked. I had no idea there was so much to it.
Right, most people don't. So, tell me from your perspective, what's the biggest misconception people have about stringing?
I think a lot of players, especially maybe those who are just starting out, they don't fully grasp the impact a really good, like a professionally done stringing can have. They think, oh, it's just putting strings on a racket. But we're not talking about just aesthetics here.
It's so much more than that.
It really is. A good string can completely transform your game, your feel for the ball.
It's true. I remember back when I first started, I thought any stringing would do. And man, was I wrong.
Night and day, right?
Total night and day. That difference between a just okay string job and a BSW certified one, it's unbelievable.
Because those BSW stringers, they understand the science behind it, the string tension, the different types of strings, natural gut, polyester, hybrid, and they can pinpoint that perfect combination for how you play, your skill level.
Like they're reading the racket's mind. Or yours.
Exactly. And when you're talking about professional players, with those high-stakes matches, those Grand Slam finals,
The pressure.
they need their equipment performing at 110%.
Oh, absolutely. Every advantage counts.
Exactly. Which is why BSW doesn't just hand out these certifications like,
Participation trophies.
Exactly. They have to maintain those elite standards.
Yeah.
And that's where those yearly recertification exams come in.
Can you imagine every year back to stringing school?
Well, think about it. The technology is always advancing. New rackets, new materials.
Yeah, those multi-filament strings are everywhere now.
Exactly. Each one has its own characteristics, its own way of affecting playability and feel. BSW wants to make sure its stringers are up to date, so players are getting the best performance possible.
It's like any other profession, right? You gotta keep learning.
Exactly. Continuing education is key.
But it's not just about keeping up with the latest and greatest, right? BSW also has this whole system in place for when things go wrong.
You mean when there are complaints about a stringer?
Exactly. And it can be a range of issues. Maybe the stringer rushed the job, or, and this is a big one, maybe they cut corners with the materials.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, substandard materials that can affect your game, even put you at risk for injury.
That's scary. So what happens? What does BSW do if there's a complaint?
Well, they take it very seriously. They have a whole integrity department that handles these issues.
Okay, so there's a process.
Oh yeah, very thorough one. And this is where it gets really interesting. They have these, like, secret weapons site visitors.
Site visitors. Sounds intense.
Oh, they are. Basically, think of them as undercover stringing agents.
No way.
They go in, sometimes unannounced, and observe the stringer at work.
Making sure they're following all the protocols, I imagine.
Exactly. It's all confidential, of course, to protect both the person who made the complaint and the stringer.
That makes sense. Everyone deserves a fair shake.
Absolutely. But depending on what they find, there can be serious consequences.
Like what?
We're talking warnings, required retraining, even complete revocation of certification.
Wow, so they could lose their license to operate, basically.
Exactly. Because at the end of the day, it's about protecting the reputation of BSW and ensuring players are receiving a top-notch service.
And knowing they can trust the process.
Right, that too. You know what else they do? They actually publish a database of disciplinary actions.
No way.
It's all out there, completely transparent.
Wow, talk about accountability.
Right, so the next time you're admiring your perfectly strung racket, ready to dominate the court.
I'll be wondering, is my stringer BSW certified?
Yeah.
And if not, maybe it's time to find one who is.
Exactly. Because it might just be the game changer you've been looking for.
We're the best stringer worldwide, passion and knowledge side by side.